Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Malaika. Thanks for stopping by. So you guys, let's talk about tantrums. Tantrums in kids we take care of. I personally believe tantrums are not a bad thing to a certain degree, especially when the kids are younger. That's how like they can communicate to us. Probably they are hungry, they are thirsty, they are sick, and everything around. That's why like as a caretaker, you should like be keen on why a kid is throwing tantrums. And this video is about how to avoid tantrums in kids. Again, as I said, tantrums are not a bad thing. Just be sure like the kid is safe, the kid is okay, is not hungry, and is just being dramatic. It's just doing too much. So you guys, I wrote some of the points here on how we can stop tantrums. Honestly, as people, also big people, I mean, also kids are people. I think it's just in nature to express how you feel in a dramatic way. That's why like kids throw tantrums. Because if I'm not lying, sometimes I could be going through something very big or like just not in the mood, and it just feel like I wish I could just get a chance to throw a big tantrum. But because I'm an adult, I just pick myself up and like collect myself together and just move on and just react to a situation in another way. So guys, let's get into how can we stop tantrums from kids. Again, just make sure that kid is safe, that kid is not hungry and everything. Then like you can implement some of these points. I wrote down a few of them here, not everything. This is really what I could think of, and this is what I've used. Yeah, so the first point is like distracting them. As a caretaker, when your kid is going to throw a tantrum. I'll give an example. Like the baby I'm looking after right now, she just hates going to the potty. She doesn't pee in the pants, but she can hold it for a long time. But as like this is at this point she should be like going on a potty, like she should go to pee. So what I do, she has like a toy she likes so much. I could be like, oh, you know what? Let's take Flamingo. It's a flamingo. Let's take Flamingo to potty. Flamingo wants to pee pee. I say like distract them in a way, just take their mind off that topic instead of insisting you have to pay, you've not paid, or stuff, or any other circumstance. I'm just using this example. Rather than like insisting like you have to do this, you have to do this, find a way like to distract them in a way like they are doing the thing without them realizing that they are doing it. For example, we go to the potty and then I tell her, you know what, you sit down and then put Flamingo on your lap so that Flamingo can also pee. So at the end of the day, she sits and then, of course, if she sits, she has to pee. So like she sits, she pees, at least like that chapter is closed without us throwing tantrums. And I know if I'm to push harder, like to be like, you have to go pee, you have to go pee, you have to go pee. It can't end well. So like find a way to distract them, to stop them from throwing a big tantrum. It could be like from eating. Like sometimes she's so good with feeding herself, but sometimes she's just like not in the mood probably of feeding. So what I do is like talk her through the eating. Let's say like I just bring up conversations like as I feed her. Just that's just once in a while. So like what I'm trying the point I'm trying to drive to is try to distract them, but also in a way they're also doing the thing they don't want to do. Another thing is planning ahead. You guys, as adults, like at least you have an idea of what is your day going to look like, but as kids, like they don't. You can't just come and throw things at them. So like I find it when you plan ahead, let's say let's say kids hate being hurried, like being told hurry, 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 hurry. I always refer to me because these are the example I can give. For example, we like if we are to go outside, I try to give her maybe like if she's supposed to have breakfast first, I try to give her breakfast and I give her enough time like to eat. You take to take her time to eat, because every time you're like, oh, we are gonna be late and stuff, eat, eat, eat. Trust me, it's going to cause tantrums. So like just try to plan ahead of time different things, different things you're supposed to do. Try to plan them ahead of time. Like they just hate that thing of hurrying them, like dragging them to do things. I say this because I find it every time probably we are late to go somewhere, and then I'm like, hurry, hurry, do this. They just get so irritated and like they honestly hate it. So save your time of that big tantrum and just plan ahead. Whatever you have to do, like plan it ahead. If you have to go to get ready to go somewhere, just start in time and just leave some allowance of time of when they throw tantrums. For example, you could plan you're going to dress them up, and in the middle of there like, oh, I want to do it, I don't want to do it myself. And you know what it means when a kid says I want to do it myself? It means like it's going to take longer and like we are slow, and just hate it when you have to be like, put on the shoe, do this, do that. They just want to do things on their own because they don't understand I'm going to be late. It's not in them, it's not their memory. I'm talking about younger kids, probably even maybe old, a bit older, maybe like around up to 10. Just give them enough time like to take their time to do things, because trust me, you're going to tell them we are going to be late or to the doctors. They don't understand nothing about being late. Okay, encouraging sharing. This could be big. Most of the kids don't like sharing, especially like sharing to their age groups. So what I find is even at home, encouraging sharing their toys, their food. Sometimes I just find myself telling the little ones, can I have some to me? Also, this I could encourage sharing, but also give them the freedom to say no when they don't want to share their specific toys, especially like with toys. For example, if you're having, let me say, a play date with other kids, one thing you could do is take out those toys which like the kid you look after like so much. Just take them and like put them, like hide them where they can't see, so that if the other kids come and this kid doesn't have to go through telling them to share something they don't want to share. Like just take it away and give like just leave those toys around which they are comfortable with sharing with other kids. That will save you a lot of tantrum when this kid doesn't want to share with other friends until they're old enough to understand, like, okay, this is just a toy, I can share it with a friend and a friend can give it back to me.